right now our policy ambitions are as we write here in our proposal here. And I can just say again that if there is a lack of coexistence, if there will be one between what we'll agree upon during this weekend here and due to the Dublin Convention, of course we will work towards coexistence.
Following up on the previous question, I would like to ask Mr. Papademetriou what the Migration Policy Institute's view on the Dublin II Convention is in relation to a common migration policy.
Well, we believe that, of course, any existing regulations must be implemented in the proposal that is before us now. As it stands, the first country of arrival must process asylum claims, and we welcome the proposal to engage in a larger degree of burden sharing on this issue. We accept that countries such as Greece play a large role and have accepted a large burden, and an optimization of existing mechanisms such that Greece can be reimbursed for part of their expenses in this area is something that should be considered definitely.
Hi, Franz has a question for the Commission. How is it that we could motivate member states towards border sharing, since the EU by law leaves it up to each member state? I think that Arab Spring posed a really good example of this. And implementation mechanism potential.
Well, to answer your question, I would say that what's at stake here is basically human lives, better treatment of people fleeing from their home country due to war, repression, and whatever that has been the consequence due to the Arab Spring. And I therefore strongly believe we need to find the right focus here and incorporate European solidarity in this respect, because the burden that would have upon different states, here the Mediterranean states, our southern European states, the burden is just too heavy for them to deal with. And we are a part of this union, and we share common history, we share a common culture, and we share this common responsibility for addressing these issues jointly. So to me there is no question, we need to do it coherently and on common basis.
I would like to ask the Commission how they see that we can do this burden sharing without jeopardizing each member state's sovereignty on safety and its own borders.
It is the Commission's belief that approaching the issue of burden sharing will not be affecting sovereignty, as it is not our intention to do so, and it should not in any way become consequences of these of the reforms that we are suggesting. As we encourage each member state to participate throughout each stage of establishing the entire capacity of these reforms, the national interests of each member state will be represented and maintained in line and with the spirit of sharing and with the spirit of solidarity.
Okay, we also would like to invite the press to ask questions now.
Yeah, I would like to follow up on the remark made by Germany, just to get something clear. The Commission said that the external part would not require extra funding. What about the internal part, which I expect would be the resettlement scheme?
The Commission proposes to move towards an effective management of the existing budget, as it is extensive and as optimization of its use needs to take place. We believe that it will not be resulting in any increases or dramatic changes in the overall capacity of the budget as such. We do not foresee any dramatic increases in the financial dimension of managing the issue of migration management.
Okay, I would like to follow up on that because with regards to the Commission's own communication of 2011 number 680, where the notion of intelligent borders is outlined, it is already established in that proposal that it will have a substantial cost to the member states to implement these measures, and I would suspect that the Commission would of course follow in line with its own previous proposals, also when it regards this migration policy, and therefore I assume that we must expect some financial costs to a common migration policy. Is that correct?
We of course are maintaining consistency with the prior regulations and the prior communications issued in regard of the matter of migration. However, in the communication currently presented, we also launched a system of new approaches that have not been established as a system prior to this communication. Thus, an overall result has somewhat come to differ from what we have previously established. And as regards to the technical details referring to the economic dimension of implementation of the proposal we offer to you in the communication, they will be handled in more detail outside the scope of this of the communication. For more technical details, we would be welcoming your questions posed after this meeting.
Yeah. Also, it is very unclear, to me at least. I haven't received this until just now before the meeting started, so I haven't had time to read it completely, word for word. But you mentioned this currently existing Schengen mechanism of emergency border shutdown, and you find that unsatisfactory. Now you claim that this has to be more in control, and there has to be, let's see, some kind of European level decision before shutting down. Does that mean that countries will no longer be able to shut down their borders until they get permission from some kind of European level office? In other words, does it now require prior permission instead of simply notifying the Schengen countries of an intent to do so?
We believe that every country in exceptional circumstances such as terrorist attacks or holding any important meetings in the country or holding a sports event which may entail further enhancement of security measures taken in the country. Of course, every country still has the right to close its own borders, but the Commission proposes, and already proposed in the previous communication, to allow this closure only for a limited period of time, and then to consult with other member states on the European level in order to avoid situations when the closed borders in a voluntary manner will affect interests of other states in Schengen area.